story building was designed in the form of the 1,000 Lithuanian litas banknote, which dates back to 1926. However, that banknote is not used nowadays. The exterior consists of 4,500 different pieces of glass with enamel designs, which are being slotted together like a giant puzzle. This modern building's mission was to commemorate Lithuania's ascension to the European Union in 2004. Number 6. Longaberger Headquarters. The Longaberger Company is an American manufacturer of handcrafted maple wood baskets, so its headquarters, located in Newark, Ohio, is obviously shaped like a giant basket. It's the company's biggest seller, a Longaberger Medium Market Basket, which has been blown up to 160 times its normal size. The 7-story, 180,000 square foot building opened in 1997. The basket handles weigh almost 150 tons and can be heated during cold weather to prevent ice damage. Originally, Dave Longaberger wanted all of the Longaberger buildings to be shaped like baskets, but only the headquarters was completed at the time of his death. Number 5. The Piano House. Huainan City in China hosts one of the most unusual in China, the Piano House. It is designed by Hofstra University of Technology and has been built to a scale of 50:1. It displays various city plans and development prospects in an effort to draw interest into the recently developed area. The building has escalators, meeting rooms, and space to host weddings and other events. The violin, made completely out of glass, serves as the entry to the house, linking the elevated piano to the ground. The piano portion of the house stands on 3 concrete legs and features a roof terrace beneath a canopy shaped like the piano's open top. At night, the piano and violin light up with fluorescent lighting outlining the structures. The building is also often called the most romantic building in China by the locals. Number 4. Kansas City Library. The people of Kansas City in the United States were asked to pick highly influential books that represent Kansas City. Those titles were included as book bindings in the innovative design of the parking garage exterior to inspire people to utilize the downtown Central Library. The garage was constructed in 2006 as one of the pioneer projects behind the revitalization of downtown. The spines of 22 books measure 25 by 9 feet and reflect a variety of reading interests, all suggested by Kansas City readers. Some of the titles are Catch-22, Invisible Man, Romeo and Juliet, The Lord of the Rings, The Collected Poems of Langston Hughes, Fahrenheit 451, Adventures of Huckleberry Finn, etc. Number 3. Capitol Gate. Capitol Gate, also known as the Leaning Tower of Abu Dhabi, is a skyscraper in Abu Dhabi designed with a striking lean. It was designed by architectural firm RMJM and completed in 2011. At 160 meters, or 520 feet, and 35 stories, it is one of the tallest buildings in the city and inclines 18 degrees to the west. In June 2010, Guinness World Records certified Capitol Gate as the world's furthest leaning man-made tower. The gravitational pressure caused by the 18 degrees incline is countered by a technique called pre-cambered core, using a core of concrete.
100-foot-tall Belgian water tower that was recently converted into a single-family home. Built in 1938, the brick and concrete tower now houses a 2-car garage, 2 bedrooms, and a sizable multifunction room and kitchen in the former water tank. The occupants can also ascend to the rooftop terrace, where they can observe the surrounding village of Sternakerziel. Chateau d'Eau was designed by BAM Design Studio. It was in service until the 1990s, and was even used as a watchtower by the Nazis when they took over Belgium in World War II. The exterior of the 6-story structure was originally renovated prior to the interior restoration, which began in 2007. Once the damaged concrete columns were repaired and painted, brick joints were completely removed and replaced, and the windows in the floor top were enlarged. The architect and his team proceeded to work on the interior design. This Brooklyn penthouse was long considered unsellable. While the real estate was prime, agents had an impossible time finding a buyer. That is until 2017, when an unnamed buyer dropped $17 million on the apartment. It's a triplex penthouse in Brooklyn, a 633 square meter spread atop the landmark Clock Tower building. The building is a former cardboard box factory built in 1914. The incredible penthouse features 4.2-meter-tall clock faces on every wall that allow plenty of natural light, while also providing amazing views of the Brooklyn Bridge and the New York Harbor. The jaw-dropping 6,813 square feet penthouse offers you a 360-degree view of the city, overlooking the Brooklyn Bridge and Manhattan. Its signature feature, however, are the 4 massive clocks, installed in 14-foot-high round windows on each wall. The 3-story apartment, with the ceiling going from 16 to 50 feet in height, also has a glass elevator running up its center. Based on the enormously popular 1960s cartoon The Flintstones, this San Francisco house is modeled after the fictional town of Bedrock and comes complete with dinosaur statues and prehistoric decor. With the words Yabba Dabba Doo inscribed on the lawn, it's clear that the owner of this home is a bit obsessed with the program. But not everyone felt the same way about this unique property. Neighbors tried to forcibly remove the Flintstones motif by declaring the house a public nuisance. The court battle rages on to this day, with many activists standing up for the one-of-a-kind home. The house was purchased by Florence Fang in the 1970s for $2.8 million. Rather than cherry trees or a vineyard, Miss Fang installed 15-foot dinosaur statues as well as a giant metal woolly mammoth and giraffe, a garden of colorful oversized mushrooms, and a rainbow and peacock sculpture. One California man took downsizing to a new extreme. Jeff Wilson, a professor at the University of Texas, converted a 6-square-foot dumpster into a fully functional home, complete with running water and kitchen. The environmental studies professor wanted to prove how simply people can live in such a compact space. It all started as a project that he began with his students. The idea was basically this: Jeff and his students would turn the regular dumpster into a sustainable home where he would then live for an entire year. On February 4, 2014, Jeff moved into what would be his home for the next year, a normal green dumpster. The first night, he slept in a sleeping bag on some unfolded cardboard boxes on the floor. The dumpster has come a long way since then. He added lighting, a new floor, and plenty of decorations to make it feel cozy. The project was a response to the lack of housing globally and the advent of the micro-housing movement in crowded cities like Austin. Somewhere in the megalopolis of Mexico City is one of the world's strangest homes. This particular home has a marine motif and resembles a seashell. The story goes like this: a young family tired of their conventional home yearned to live in something a little more integrated with nature. Their wish was granted by Javier Senocien of Senocien Arquitectos, a celebrated Mexican architect whose work is considered both pioneering and controversial in the field of bioarchitecture. Instead of a boring old practical square dwelling, they now live inside a giant psychedelic mollusk shell. Inspired by the work of Gaudi and Frank Lloyd Wright, the seashell house is dominated by smooth surfaces, spiral stairs, and natural plantings that make it feel like you're living inside a snail. The house design is very innovative, unusual, and audacious. Upon first glance, this structure is the result of an unfortunate crash landing in the jungle, but it's actually a hotel, and yes, you can stay in it. The fuselage, or the frame of an aircraft, is one of many accommodations offered by Hotel Costa Verde, a vacationer's dream resort nestled in